Discover the secrets of irresistible attraction from Robert Greene's The Art of Seduction, divided into captivating stories of history's most magnetic figures and the techniques that made them impossible to resist. Our series breaks down these methods for becoming completely irresistible. In this episode, learn about the Siren, a powerful archetype who is an expert at pulling men into a total obsession by getting past their thinking entirely and going straight for their deepest desires. The strength of the Siren lies in three key things that together create a spell-binding, consuming hold over your target. The image she builds and projects, the danger and unpredictability she keeps running at all times, and the way she uses her voice, her body, and her whole presence to get under your target's skin. At its core, the Siren works by giving a man the one thing his whole life is designed to keep away from him: total release from always being in control. Every man carrying power and responsibility is secretly carrying a hunger he cannot name. He is expected to be rational, measured, and in control at all times. He suppresses his impulses every single day, and the longer he does it, the more that hunger builds. The Siren is the direct answer to that hunger. She does not show up as another thing he has to manage or deal with. She shows up as the one space where none of the rules apply and nothing is required of him. She is not someone he has to figure out. She is an experience he cannot stop replaying in his head. And the moment a man starts replaying something he cannot explain, you have him. The first of the three forces is the image she creates. Think of Cleopatra having herself rolled inside a carpet and unfurled at Caesar's feet in front of his entire army. That is not a beautiful woman walking through a door. That is a woman who understood that the right entrance rewrites everything. Caesar had seen it all. He fell immediately. The mechanism is simple. What she gave him was something his mind could not file away and move past. Instead of fading the way normal memories do, it kept pulling him back. Each time it did, the desire grew. That is what you are after when you build the right image. You create an experience your target cannot categorize. Their mind keeps going back to you, not because they decided to, but because you gave them no reference point for what you are. The internal experience of your target sounds like, "I have never felt like this around anyone before, and I cannot figure out why I keep thinking about them." That loop is exactly what you are building. Every choice you make about how you present yourself, how you arrive, how you carry yourself, it all feeds that loop. Build the image deliberately, and you own the replay button. The second force is danger and unpredictability. A man whose whole life is safe and managed has one clear vulnerability. His attention locks onto anything that introduces real uncertainty. You exploit this by making your behavior impossible to read. You are warm, then you pull back with no explanation. You allow closeness, then you create distance. And the distance is not cold, it is charged. Key behaviors of this force include going suddenly quiet after a period of warmth, shifting your mood without any obvious reason, never letting your affection run on a predictable pattern, and appearing completely unbothered by your target's presence from time to time. Like they have zero effect on you. Each of these does the same thing. Warmth stops being something your target expects. It becomes something they have to earn. The moment they are trying to earn your warmth, you are running everything. The internal experience of your target under this force sounds like, "When she is fully there with me, it actually means something, because I know it does not just happen." That is what they become addicted to. Not the warmth itself, the feeling of having earned something others cannot get. Keep this in mind. Scarcity is the engine. The moment access to you feels like a given, you lose the hold entirely. The third force is what you build with your voice, your body, and the way you come across physically. This is not about being the most attractive person in the room. Cleopatra was not considered the most striking woman in Alexandria. Marilyn Monroe was told her face was not strong enough for film. What both of them built was not conventional beauty. It was a specific impression that bypassed thinking and landed directly in the target's nervous system. You can build the same thing. Your voice is the first tool. Keep it low, slow, and completely unhurried. Never let it rise in urgency or pitch, no matter what is happening around you. A voice like that does not talk at people. It pulls them in. Think of how Marilyn sounded. Like someone who had just woken from a very pleasant dream and saw no reason to rush. That sound alone did more work than anything she actually said. Your movement and manner come next. You signal no urgency, no agenda. You move like you have more time than anyone else in the room. And your overall impression needs to read as slightly above the ordinary, something your target's attention keeps returning to without them fully knowing why. The extra element that made Marilyn impossible to replace was something underneath all of it. She had grown up without consistent love, and that hunger was visible in everything she did, even when she was not trying. Men felt it. It triggered the instinct to protect, to be chosen, to be the specific answer to a need she had been carrying her whole life. If you are carrying something real beneath what you build, a genuine intensity, a real hunger, let it show. That is the layer that no technique alone can fake, and it makes everything else you are doing hit twice as hard. Some scenarios, in a romantic context, make your interest completely clear across a few interactions. Be warm, be present, be fully in it. Then reduce your availability with no explanation. Respond slower, seem caught up in your own world, and when you do connect, be warm but shorter than before. What could happen? Your target starts going over every interaction looking for what changed. They are putting more thought into figuring you out than they ever did when you were consistent. Every moment of warmth you showed them gets bigger in their memory than it actually was at the time. And their effort to get back to that warmth increases, because getting it back now feels like something they earned rather than something that just happens. In a professional context, build a clear pattern of real recognition. Make a specific person feel like their work is being seen at a level above everyone else around them. Then, in a later interaction, pull that recognition back completely. Treat the same quality of work like it is just fine. What could happen? The inconsistency drives more effort than steady praise ever would. The fear of going back to ordinary after feeling exceptional is one of the strongest motivators there is. You will get more out of that person than any straightforward reward system could produce. On social media, build real engagement through content that gets a genuine reaction from your audience. Then go completely silent. No posts, no responses, nothing. Let it run for 2 to 3 weeks. What could happen? Your audience fills the silence with their own projection. They check back more than they ever did when you were posting consistently. When you come back, the return gets more attention than anything you posted during the silence would have gotten. The pattern is the same across all 3 contexts. People value access that is not guaranteed. Pull back consistent availability, and pursuit increases. The insecurity that creates is the engine. Let it run, breaking the siren's hold. The combination of the image she creates, the danger she runs, and the presence she builds makes the siren one of the most effective and hardest to shake forces in all of seduction. Once the pattern is running inside your target's head, it becomes very difficult to interrupt because it does not feel like a system working on them. It feels like their own desire, like something they are choosing completely freely. The best defense is, 1. Spotting the image for what it is. Recognizing that the feeling of rare chemistry was deliberately constructed. Seeing it clearly does not kill the feeling, but it gives you your thinking back. 2. Keeping your own responses the same regardless of whether the warmth is there or not. The whole system runs on you, putting in more effort to earn approval. Keep your effort constant, and the system has nothing to pull on. 3. Putting your focus back into your own life and your own world, independent of whether they are present or not. Remove the hunger they are feeding, and the whole thing loses its entry point. 4. If the hot and cold has been running for a while, pull back your own pursuit for a stretch, not as a counter move, just to get enough distance to actually see what is happening from the outside. Ultimately, the siren aims to become the center of your target's inner world, the thing he wakes up thinking about, the thing that colors everything else, the thing he has rearranged his priorities around without being able to say exactly when that started. Her real goal is not just to be desired. It is to make your target unable to find the point where desire turned into something he cannot locate the edges of. Once you recognize the 3 forces at work, the image that makes her impossible to move past, the unpredictability that keeps him hooked, and the presence that bypasses his thinking and lands straight in his nervous system, you take back your clarity. And with that clarity, you also have the full working map of how this is done, which means you now know exactly how to run each of these three forces yourself and what conditions make each one land hardest. Make it a daily habit to study what actually drives people. The sharper your read on human behavior, in others and in yourself, the more effectively you can work any room you walk into. Subscribe for more episodes breaking down the complete art of seduction.